all the strong women here in the room that are with me today, and thank you for joining me. Hannah, Charlize, Amalia, and of course Brooklyn, and everybody else here, Janae. I want to, this is going to be like a real informal talk, and we can, open up to questions, but really being a woman in the industry that I'm in started with a dream from him and his confidence to have in me to allow me to be next to him and help him build it. And through that and through sort of him allowing me to be a mother to our artists that we have, built my confidence in doing what I do now and helped me start what we call Cafe Society, which is something that just started as a movement that I feel is really important to Seattle and important to every city that involves music, and that's pretty much every city. And basically Cafe Society is something that Sarah Walchik and I built off of understanding that women need a lane here in Seattle to focus on their art, whether that be music, dance, anything that's creative. And we started it because we realized, and I realized, being in this industry, there's lots of gender politics and things that, especially in hip hop, there's lots of misogyny and sexism that happens that, you have to understand. If you want to be a woman in this business, you have to be able to hold your head high and get through it. And that means, and I'm going to say this, just small things like not hanging out backstage. You know what I mean? That's one of my biggest things. Like, be a woman, hold your head high, do your business, follow through, say what you mean what you say, and have integrity. And one of the big things about Cafe Society is to be a role model to people here in this industry. And being my age, I think that the things I've been through, I've created myself a position, and the position that I created is something that is very special to me and I hold very dear. And I make sure that in everything that I do, and he helps me with this too, but follow through is a big thing, and making sure that people understand that you do this for a reason and you're not just in it for a game. And especially a woman, we have these ways that a lot of rappers out here that are in the industry that are really popular, they look at them as sort of accessories, and women aren't accessories. We're smart, we're intelligent, we're creative, we're talented, and I think that's really important to show. And Cafe Society, again, to segue back to that, is just sort of a movement that I hope grows to sort of be role models and help people understand that what happens in this industry can be detrimental to a woman if you don't do it the right way. And that's basically what it's about. And I invite you guys. I know some of you guys have been to some of my events, but I invite you to come, especially if you're a man, because it shows you what women can do and how strong we can be and how talented we are. So that's kind of it. And again, I'm going to keep it informal and just open up you guys to questions. If you have anything for me, anybody have any questions? It's fun if you don't. But anyway, I'm going to keep it short, but thank you guys very much.
Well, I have a question.
Brooklyn?
What has been one of the biggest challenges that you found as an individual being a woman and attempting to lead male artists?
Getting them to listen. Getting them to listen. I think the biggest thing that I emulate with my artists and the artists that we work with is that there's no bullshit with me. Again, I mean what I say what I mean, and it's important for me to, sometimes I have to yell, sometimes I have to, not be so sweet, but I do it with a smile, and I always hold my head high, and it's just something that you have to understand, and especially empower women to know that, especially I try to talk to all of you guys when I see you, and I gain strength from Hannah, I gain strength from Charlize, and you just know that you have to hold your head high and walk through it, and you're gonna have people challenge you because you're a woman in this industry and because you're talented, because you're smart as well. So I just say, have integrity. Always have integrity, and make sure that you are honest in what you say. And if you need to, no. Actually, this is a good thing. No is a good word to know. N-O is a good word to know. And once you say no for the first 5 times, and then the last, 6th time you say yes, you're going to gain respect from that person. You know what I mean? So I guess that's how I would answer that question. Yes.
So your own words, you said that sexism and misogyny seem to be a particular problem in hip hop. You know, it's a prevalent thing in the music industry in general. Historically, that's just kind of, it's part of the territory. Why do you think it's still remaining to be a really big sticking point within hip hop? Are there some
Because it's become
sociocultural
a moneymaker.
factors? Oh.
It's become a moneymaker, and we have a problem with that even with our artists sometimes, because especially some of the ones that are trying to find themselves in this hip hop industry, they have a problem, or they don't really have a problem. I think their first direction that they go to is the people that they see. And even Jay-Z misogynizes women, you know what I mean? I mean, great rapper, great music, but he still misogynizes women, so you kind of emulate yourself after that. And, you know, you have to, especially with us and in what we do, we're such a family that we kind of don't allow that to happen. And, you know, we have an artist that loves women, and that's sort of his thing, and he doesn't misogynize them, you know, in a way that makes anybody feel like they're, you know, lesser of a woman. So we always try to just tell our artists, you know, it's okay to do you. You know what I mean? Always do you, and don't do anything that, I mean, because music is and mainstream music is just sort of filler. You know what I mean? So if you can surpass that and understand that even lifting women up like D Black does, or like Fatal does, or like Common does, you know what I mean? That's different. You might stay underground, but you're still going to gain the fan of a woman that will buy your product from 12 to 15. I mean, I'm sorry, from 12 to 37 at my age. You know what I mean? And I also want to say that that you just brought up a good point, that, you know, we are consumers in this business, and, you know, the more music that I buy and I misogynize women and I pop that and I start bobbing my head to something that's, you know, making women feel bad, you create that, and then a young woman will see that, and the young women growing up today need to understand that that's not how we need to act. You know, when you come in, you don't have to, you know, dress scantily clad. You don't have to, you know, dine to the rules of a man in this industry because you think that's what they do to make you feel important. To be important, you have to hold your head high and, you know, remain with courage. You know, always walk with courage and strength, basically.
Well,